Meteorologist Morgan Kolkmeyer. Good morning, Morgan.
Hey, good morning. We've got a dry start. We've got a couple of thunderstorms headed toward us. They're still fairly far off to our west. These two clusters, this one here obviously starting to move into the northwestern sections of the state. Most of this is moving northeastward, so it should pass for the most part north of us. We may get clipped in some of our far northern or far northwestern counties with a thunderstorm or two. Not anticipating any severe weather with that one. Then watching this one behind it, this is the one that moves in from primarily early afternoon, maybe into our far western sections around 10:30 or 11 a.m. Gets closer to the city noon, 1 o'clock. That one does pose a slight severe weather risk, and we'll get into the details and timing of it coming up. But right now, really watching that early afternoon hour. Most of your morning looks fairly dry again outside of that one area that's going to move mostly north of us. We're in the 50s and 60s. It is 56 in McHenry and Waukegan. Elsewhere, you're at 64 degrees at the lakefront, 63 degrees at O'Hare, 60 still in Valparaiso. Again, 50% storm chance around that noon hour. We should touch the low to mid 80s here today. Full forecast coming up. Brett's here with traffic. Brett. This morning, most of your morning hours look pretty quiet with temperatures in the 60s. You've got a few 50s, Lansing 59, Waukegan, McHenry 56. It's 63 at the O'Hare Airport, 64 at the lakefront and Midway. Most of us sit between 60 and 66 degrees. Winds are coming in southeast. They shift a little bit. Southwesterly wind expected today, runs around 5 to 15, gusts up to 25. Right now it runs only up to about 9 or 10 miles per hour. Here's your current radar. It's dry. It is mostly cloudy. I took your satellite off so we can get a better look at some of these thunderstorms. You've got two clusters of thunderstorms off to our west and northwest. This is our first one. Passes mostly north of us and affects mostly Wisconsin. You can kind of see this little tail end at the bottom of it. So our far northern northwestern sections may get clipped with a little bit of that, but again, most of it's north of us. Then watching the second cluster that's working its way through northern Missouri and right now east central Iowa. That's what brings us the chance for some severe thunderstorms this afternoon. It's a slight risk and it starts as quick as about 11 a.m. far west, moves in closer to the city around noon or 1 o'clock. Here's your forecast model around 10:30. You've got a couple of these thunderstorms lined up west of I-39, so very close to our far western sections. There's about noon. You've got it moving right through our central sections of the area, places like McHenry, Bartlett, Aurora, Joliet, Morris, even parts of Kankakee. Moves further eastward. Here's 1 o'clock. You can see it generally looks to weaken a bit as it moves further eastward. So highest severe chance will be the further west you are, but still holding that slight risk even in Chicago right around noon, 1 o'clock. Most of this wraps up by your mid-afternoon. We'll still keep this technically early evening, 5, 6 p.m. chance far south and southeast of this city for a strong or severe thunderstorm. Beyond that point, non-severe, few thunderstorms possible. There's that outlook. Again, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. there in the top corner. On a scale of 1 to 5, we're at a 2. Main threats are going to be hail and damaging wind gusts. There is a low-level tornado threat with this, so can't completely rule that out either. So again, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. you've got a thunderstorm chance. Otherwise, 84 today, mostly cloudy with all of this. It is mostly cloudy right now. It'll still be late tonight, 66. Severe storm risk until about 6:30 northwest Indiana, then non-severe. Tomorrow looks mostly dry and hot, 88 degrees. That'll set us up for another severe storm risk late. It looks like Tuesday, 6 or 7 p.m. into about midnight, 75 on Wednesday. Back to you. 60s this morning. It's pretty quiet to start you out this morning. Things get a little bit more active as we head into your early afternoon. Right now it's dry at 63 at the lakefront and O'Hare and 64 at Midway. It's 59 in Lansing, 62 in Bartlett, 60 degrees in Valparaiso, mid 50s from McHenry to Waukegan. Southeast wind is up to 10 miles per hour. This is moving today southwest. We'll get it 5 to 15. It'll gust up to about 25. Most of the shower activity that's within at least our vicinity is going to pass north of us. We'll get clipped maybe in our far northern, northwestern sections with a shower or two out of this. We watch this area. We call it an MCV. It's a cluster of thunderstorms that's going to track northeastward through our area by your early afternoon. It does bring a severe weather risk. Most of your morning, if not all of it, again, looks quiet outside of that one passing north of us. This is 10:30 in the morning. A couple of those storms are lined up far west of I-39. You can see by 11 to noon that moves into our western sections. By noon, 1 o'clock, it's moving into the city. Slight severe risk with this, all hazards possible, though the primary ones will be hail and wind. Here's 1 o'clock. You can see the lines right through the city. Generally weakens a little bit as it moves eastward, but still under that slight risk for all sections of our area. As we get into kind of 2 rounds really of this, that pushes eastward, but we'll still keep this slight chance for an even early evening, mainly southeast of the city, severe thunderstorm. So 6 p.m. still can't rule that out, mainly into northwest Indiana, parts of Will and Kankakee County. Beyond that point, non-severe thunderstorm risk. Again, on that scale of 1 to 5, we're at a 1 and a 2. We do have another severe thunderstorm threat for tomorrow, a bit higher. So this is changing maps for tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow evening from about 7 p.m. until 1 o'clock in the morning. So this looks like a late night issue. We're at a 2 and a 3, so an enhanced risk in some of our western sections for tomorrow. 84 degrees here today. Again, those storms 11 to 6 is what we'll watch from west to east. 80